I just signed the lease on my new studio.
Take it away, feeling too good to me. Chilling all day, all in your space is where I wanna be. Here in this room, what did you do? I just can't get enough. Too caught up in your love. I've been trying to forget, but you won't let me. Something in my brain wants you. I've been hanging on myself, asking for help, but nothing seems to work on you. Yeah, you always make me feel like, oh yeah, you never leave my thoughts alone. Yeah, you're the reason I'm going out of my mind. I just can't stop thinking about you. All that I crave when you're away, nights are sleepless. Do we need space? Yeah, maybe you're brave, boy, you're my weakness. Give and we take, the love that we make, it's my favorite drug. Too caught up in your love.
I like my coffee black, wife too. Don't turn this to no controversy, it's my boo. I can make $250,000 off a haiku, and I can make another quarter off at times two.
Fam, welcome to the vlog. It is a painfully cold Thursday, January 11th. However, the sunshine is out. And when the sunshine is out, when the sunshine is out, that means your girl is happy because the weather affects me. Let me know in the comments, are you affected by the weather? I am definitely affected by the weather. I'm just grateful. Although I hate being cold, I hate cold weather, I don't like snow, I'm grateful for the sunshine because on Tuesday, it did nothing but rain. And it rained and rained and rained. The winds were crazy. The streets were flooding. It was insanity. So we gonna take this cold with the sunshine. Amen, amen. Already got the morning off to a great start. Right now we running errands. I need to go grab some cleaning supplies so I can finish up setting up my beauty bar studio that opens on Monday. Well, technically it's already opened. We had a couple of technical difficulties. However, now it's officially ready. I can go in, start moving my stuff in. I'm excited. Now you're probably like, wait, what? Huh? Where'd that come from? Remember how when I told you December was a hot mess? December was a hot mess. I did try to vlog. I did try to film some things. However, it was just all over the place. I got sick. But let's rewind it back to about, what, maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago? Let's have some real-ish mindset powwow chit-chat right now. So, I have been struggling mentally with more so feeling overwhelmed. I have been so overwhelmed with everything that has just been going on since September. The year has been a little bit overwhelming. However, I've been able to manage and, keep everything afloat. But in September, when Murillo had to go to the hospital, like ever since then, I've been on edge, worried about things, worried about him, worried about us. And something that I have been experiencing recently is realizing that I am extremely overwhelmed, and that is why it has been hard for me to focus, or why it's been hard for me to kind of just really, really hone in and get the things done that I need, which is not at all my personality. Like, I don't have any trouble focusing. I can get my things done. I'm not ADD, ADHD, I don't have any of that. But I realized last night when I was journaling what the issue is just this massive feeling of overwhelmed, where it's just so many things going through my head and I'm thinking about all the different things. The to-do list is about 85 miles long, and it literally sends me into a spiral sometimes. So I always like to journal in my iPad. I don't know, that's just what I like to do, and I have the Apple Pencil. That's what works for me. And on my iPad, I have a screen on it that is like paper. So when I'm writing, it actually feels like I'm writing on paper. And then I also bought these tips. I think I bought these maybe like last year ago, where it's actually like a pen instead of the traditional Apple Pencil. So it feels like I'm writing on paper with a pen, okay? So this morning, here's what I wrote. Monday, December 11th, 10:37 a.m. I always write the day and time. Yesterday was an absolute roller coaster. My anxiety was sky high. I could not think straight by the end of the night. I crumbled, heavy chest and tears. I tried not to let it happen, but I could feel my body giving up on me. I went to bed listening to Pastor Michael Todd's transformation message about how trauma can cause you not to try, and I definitely experienced that. I've been saying for weeks now that I don't have it in me anymore to keep trying because every time I do, it fails. Doesn't go right, and I'm left again with disappointment. He said, and this is paraphrasing, he said, most of the time when you're in the midst of a difficult challenge, you're on the verge of a breakthrough. If you give up, you won't receive the blessing. So I'm going to surrender to you, Lord, and do what I know to do. Cast one more net. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the background, and I'm not going to get into it, but it has definitely felt like a beating every day since September has been a battle, and these past 3 to 4 weeks have transitioned into a war. So I'm doing everything that I can to try to find it in me, to remain positive, and to push through. And I also know that this is something that I've learned, I heard it on a podcast and in Michael Todd's sermon, is that the best time to serve others is when you are either in need of something or you're going through. Because it's basically showing God, hey, I'm down bad right now. However, I'm still going to serve. And that shows to God that no matter what, you're still faithful. You're still trusting. And I made a video a few months ago called Trust versus Faith. So y'all know faith is easy for me, but the whole trust process has been very, very difficult. And the past couple of months have definitely been testing my trust. And I am trying to not operate in my own will and my own flesh and surrender. For the first time in my life, I don't have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and that is very scary to me, and that is very daunting. And I understand that God has me in this season for I think for that particular reason, to force me to trust. Everything that I have tried to do, like as far as like applying for other jobs and doing a bunch of other things, nothing has gone through. The only thing that has gone through was the thing that I did not want to do right now, and that was opening up my studio space again. And I feel that now the reason why that is the only thing that's opening is working is because this is God giving me my quote-unquote redemption season, because I've been very hard on myself just about that whole situation, and I also need to let that go and just go with the flow, surrender, and follow his lead. So, alright fam, we are heading over to my new studio space. I, first of all, look like absolute dog shit, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. It is currently, what is it? It is Thursday, December 14th, 1:23 p.m. Thursdays are my check-in days, and you ever like just be talking to God and like, so what is it? What have I done? What exactly did I do? Because I feel like at this point, I don't know if I'm cursed. Did I do something in a past life? Like, what's good? Because now I'm just kind of like, I cannot freaking catch a break. I low-key don't even know that I am going to post this, but I know that I should post it because it's part of the process and being obedient and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just like, oh, like really? Really, really, really? Can I just get consistency? Consistent peace? No hiccups? No, nothing. I'm tired of life, and I'm just like, when I tell y'all I've had it up to here and I've got like this much left, this week has by far been one of the most stressful weeks, and I have been stressed. I have been I'm a functional stressed out person, like when I do have stress, and I've been fine, but then guess what? You get to a point where you're not fine, right? Monday, I wasn't feeling the best. Tuesday, supposed to go to work, didn't go to work. I had a massive migraine, and I know that this migraine was induced due to anxiety because I was extremely anxious, like crumbling, heart palpitations, like the whole 9 yards. And this is the thing that I was worried about before I went to Texas last weekend, because I knew that if I did not at some point find a moment to get a break, this was going to happen. There's been so much going on, and I'm just like, I'm coming undone. So basically, since November, like neither one of us, Marilla or I, have had steady, consistent work. And so that has put just like the biggest strain, the biggest stressor. That's the icing of the cake on the stress, right? On top of him having to get his surgery next week, been worrying about that. Had a moment where the doctor called, said that the insurance, we didn't have it, and I had to call them back and get all that handled. We do have it. There was a glitch in the system, whatever the case may be, got that under control. And so now with I think everything from September all the way to now has finally started catching up with me. But we were talking about burnout and discussing it, and I kind of had the revelation a few months ago that I still have not recovered from my burnout. And it's very daunting because like people think that, oh yeah, just get rest for a week and you're fine. Like, I've been going hard for 10 years. For 10 years. Why did I think that it was only going to take me a couple of weeks, a few weeks, maybe 6 months to the max? No, man, we're going on month 15, and I am still like, I feel like my body is on the verge again of tapping into burnout. And it's because I never properly allowed myself to have a break. And now, because things are just so up and down and in the air with our jobs, like without having any job stability, it's like, I know more than ever right now, I need to get somewhere and sit my black ass down and have rest, but I can't do that. And that just intensifies the stress. So Tuesday, crazy migraine due to being anxious. Wednesday, yesterday I worked all day. Didn't get any sleep last night. I got 4 hours of sleep. My mom woke me up at 3:30. She's been sick for 2 weeks, saying that she's coughing up, like it was like a brown color. She was concerned. I was like, okay, cool, let's go to the ER. Took her to the ER. We were at the ER from 4 to 6:30 a.m. So thankful it didn't take any longer than that. Of course, I have PTSD because last time I was in the ER, Marilla was in there for over a week. So, whatever. Got that handled. It's the sinus infection. She's all right. She was home. She's got her antibiotics. Came home. Got on the scale, of course. Well, no, I got on the scale before I went. I knew my weight was going to be up because my body, I can be on point, which I have been on point with hitting my macros, getting my training, my water, my cardio. That does not matter if I'm stressed. If I'm stressed, my body will full stop and it won't do anything. And I am a watery fucking buffalo right now, man. Like, my weight, like this is the most I've weighed like the entire off season. And it's the first check-in for prep. My weight was 155 this morning. And I was like, oh, okay, that's not good because we're like 2 pounds up. I didn't get any sleep. My stomach is in a knot, digestion, and then the stress of everything, and then me transitioning like back and forth, trying to get stuff ready for the salon. It has just been massive stress. I just signed the lease on my new studio. I'm scared to death. However, it's time. So this was something that has been at the back of my mind for quite some time. I knew when I stepped away from my salon summer 2022, I knew it wasn't permanent. I just knew that right then and there in that moment, because of my body, my mental health. Now that I've had some time away, I was burned out. I just didn't realize it. Like, I kind of thought so, but wasn't 100% sure. But I always knew I was going to come back. And I knew that when I came back, it had to be different this go around. It had to be different just from the behind the scenes business standpoint. It had to be different from the services that I was offering. And it's so interesting because the time that I stepped away from that, obviously I was doing Stage Glam. I'm still doing Stage Glam. That will never stop. But that was such a blessing in disguise, because I was able to really fine tooth and figure out what it is that I want, what I like, how I want my business to be ran, not the stereotypical traditional salon way. Because the thing is, like, when you are in a salon, like, salon culture is, how can I put it? No matter what culture, no matter what industry, there's always some stuff that's, could be a little toxic, right? In typical salon culture, you were taught you need to be behind the chair at all times. You need to be there all the time. You need to be working these long hours. You need to be working Tuesday through Saturday, maybe even 6 days a week. Who the hell knows? You need to do these particular services because these are the services that are going to make you money. Don't worry about that aspect of the service so much. Just make sure this is good. And eventually all of that started getting to me. And now that I've been able to run my business, my beauty business, the way that I want outside of a salon, it's made a lot of things very clear to me. The first thing is, don't provide services that you don't like. Don't provide services just simply because of the dollar amount. Don't provide services that you know aren't good for the hair. Things like that. And the fact that I get to start all over, it's a new year, it's a fresh start, is scary as hell, because yes, I do have clients. Out of the 100% clientele that I have about 80% that I know will ride or die for me. But because things are changing so much, I might only be able to get about 40% of my clients back. However, I'm not worried about that, because I know that this is something that God placed on my heart. And when God places something on your heart, He gonna make it do what it did. So the main services that I am going to be providing are makeup, brows, and blowouts. The reason being is because obviously makeup is the forefront. Brows, because I have just become so obsessed with brows behind the scenes. I'm going to be doing brow waxing and brow tinting. You guys, I've been practicing on tinting my brows as well. So that's going to be a new service. I always said brow waxing, but never the tinting. And then blowouts. The reason why I want to focus on blowouts is because I want to focus on healthy hair. And it's not that, oh, well, you know, color's not healthy. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a chemical. I love doing color. I will always be a colorist. However, I want to provide a service, because I'm thinking long term, of a place where women can go. Let's say they want to pop in for an interview, or maybe they have a special event where they can just pop in, get their makeup done, get their hair styled, and be out the door. That's the type of services that I like providing. And it all honestly came from doing Stage Glam, because I do the makeup, I style the hair. So what's going to make, I feel, my blowouts stand out from all the others is because it's not going to be that quick turn and burn. All blowouts come with a shampoo. All blowouts will come with whatever the hair needs in order to either get it back to health or maintain the health. So depending on your hair, you might need a scalp exfoliation. You might need clarifying. You might need a treatment. You might need a protein treatment. If you're someone who's processed hair, maybe you have highlights or bleach treated. You might need a Redken recovery micellar mask. That's what I would do a lot. You might need a bond building treatment. You might need like, all these things are already built into my blowout. And then on top of that, if you need a trim, I'm gonna give you a trim. If you want a haircut, I'm gonna give you a haircut. Like, this is the type of luxury service that I want to provide, and not just focus on, oh, let's just do the hair, take the picture, and get out. No, I want to make sure that your hair is good from the scalp all the way down to the ends of your hair. So that is what I'm doing. I am excited. I signed this lease. I found this place after Thanksgiving and signed the lease like December 12th, I believe. I don't know. I can't remember. But anywho, let's go. We got stuff to do today. I'm going to go grab these supplies. Then we need to come home. We need to organize makeup. We need to clean some brushes. We need to go through hair products for inventory. We got a lot to do. Let's go.
Work is almost over, summer's getting closer. No time to be sober, sunshine on my shoulders. I'm alive and breathing, living my best life. Love is on my mind and it's making me high. I'm staying in this moment, though it's hard sometimes, but I work it out every once in a while. I feel the love, I feel it growing every day. I feel the love.
Okay, it is ice cold in here. All right, so everything is clean. Floors are clean. Obviously, we're kind of bare right now, so just waiting on like a little desk stand to go right here. I'm gonna have like another something little mini table there, and then I will do my mini fridge here, and then probably some kind of chair or extra sit in there. But it is more spacious than what I thought it was going to be, which is fantastic. Obviously, I don't have anything up yet, but I just spent the past 20 minutes messaging all of my clients, my old clients. So here we go. All right, you guys. So it is the next day. Yesterday, after I was done running errands, the goal was to come home, clean brushes, organize, and start moving this stuff over to the studio today. However, things unfortunately took a turn for the worse. Murillo has not been feeling well. I was up basically all night long with him the night before. He's got like a cold, or what I thought was a cold. So yesterday I just told him stay home from work, don't do anything. He texted me at 3:30 when I was running my errands yesterday saying, my body really hurts. And at this moment, I said to myself, this boy done messed around and got COVID. So, of course, I come home. He takes 2 COVID tests, and he has COVID. So, of course, when I got home, cleaning brushes and organizing makeup was the least of my worries. I had to quarantine him into the bedroom. My mom and I just basically cleaned house, disinfected everything, went to the store, got him cold meds. My mom made him soup. I slept on the sofa. So now it is about 1:30 and I am going to just start cleaning my brushes. Right now, I know I am. I am just going to probably speed it up and let y'all watch me, but I got a lot of stuff going on in my head right now just in regards to my business. I sent out, all my messages to my clients, and I knew that I was not going to be able to retain a good bit of my clients just simply because 1, it's been so long, 2, they've all gone and gotten new hairstylists, and 3, I am no longer in the same area. So I understand that this is quote unquote stylist or salon suicide. I knew that, but I'm just being spirit led, and God said go, so we're going. So if he's telling me to go, then I just have to have the faith and the trust that he's going to provide the clients. Now, with that being said, I can't tell you that I thought that I would at least be able to get 40% of my clients back. It's not looking like that. So that's really got me just like in a really jacked up headspace right now. So I am saying my mantra: no weapon formed against my mind shall prosper. I'm just going to keep telling myself that over and over while I'm cleaning the brushes. So I'll dive more into that as I do the voiceover for me cleaning. All right, let's go. So I knew that basically this is risky business. If you are a hairstylist or if you just work in the beauty industry in general, you understand how difficult it is, especially when you have been building a clientele for so long. And even sometimes if you just move within the same area, it's risky because you can lose people. I just pulled, like, I feel the biggest stunt ever, because when I transitioned from my first salon, it was during COVID. So it was kind of in that space of where people were scared to go to like a traditional open floor salon and wanted something more private anyway. So unfortunately, that worked to my benefit, but also it was right up the road. So I didn't feel anything as far as losing clients. The hard part with that was is just the coronavirus is going around. So therefore, won't nobody going anywhere. But with this is different because I've been gone for 17 months. And not only have I been gone for 17 months, I am no longer in the same area anymore. So I knew going into this that it was risky. However, I knew it was time because I've done a bunch of things within the past 16 months. I've tried different things. I told y'all in other vlogs that I was applying to all these different jobs and nothing was happening. And so finally, like all these things that kind of started happening, I was slowly being pushed back into this direction. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very resistant. Like this was not something that was a split decision. This is something that I had felt prompted to and knew it was coming, but I just thought it was honestly, I didn't think I would be going back in until like I thought I had like another 2 or 3 years. However, here we are, right? And so with this, the cool thing about me being away, stepping away for 16 months, was that I got to learn so much about myself as an artist. I got to learn what I truly enjoy doing when it comes to services because that was the hard part for me when I was working in retail at Macy's was that I'm a service provider. I learned that very quickly about me. Like I don't care about numbers and sales and things. I'm like, let me just provide a bomb ass service because if you provide a good service, people gonna come, you know? So I'm not someone that's gonna push products or because all of that was just a massive headache to me. I'm not that girl. I learned that about me. But also with Stage Glam, what it taught me was that I like getting people ready for events. That is my jam. Yes, I love color. Color is tedious. Color takes time. I enjoy, okay, I'll say it like this. I am someone, I love going out, but I enjoy more so the process of getting ready to go out. And there's just something fun about having someone come in, doing their hair, doing their makeup, doing transformation, and then out the door they go. They just look bomb. That is what I love. So with that in mind, I always knew when I came back it had to be different, but I didn't realize how different it was going to be. So my concept is it's a beauty bar. So you get your makeup, your brows, your blowouts. It's, people always hit me up at the last minute wanting makeup done or wanting their hairstyle at the last minute. I can never squeeze them in. And so essentially, you know how we have blowout bars? That was my concept at first. At first, it was just makeup, but I was like, there's no way that I mean, I guess I could just do makeup, but I like the act of styling hair. It's fun. I think for me, it's because it's like the grand picture, putting everything together, right? So I knew reaching out to my clients, I wasn't going to be able to retain many of them, but I was hopeful. And let me tell you something, ego got crushed big time because I'm starting over from ground zero. But then I remembered, okay, God said go. He said he was going to bring the clients. And I also knew that I wanted to start over. I wanted to do something brand new. I wanted a fresh start. And so the reason why they're not coming back is because that's not what's in alignment. That's not in the plan. That's not what's in the plan that God had for me. So I'm like, okay, girl, you've been wanting a fresh start. Like I wanted a fresh start long before I even walked away from my old studio. So here we are. And I think another part that was very daunting to me about the whole starting over is that you guys have to understand I worked in this specific area for 11 years. So this was 11 years of me building a clientele, building a business from the ground up, from like the start of inception, from when I was in beauty school and then I was the receptionist and I was doing makeup and I was the assistant and then, I was a booth renter and so on. So for me, it was very difficult, but then I remembered a sermon that I was listening to, and it was talking about letting go. And this is something that I need to let that go. And I also had to remind myself of this is my redemption season. I was so hard on myself about mistakes that I made in my business just because like things I didn't know or I wasn't taught. But now the cool thing about it is I get to rebuild from the ground up, but I know exactly what to do this time. So it has no choice but to succeed. And so I need to let go of that, let go of the past, because God has already placed it on my heart. He has got me. He's gonna make it do what it do. I am wiser. I am way more business savvy now. And it's going to be a journey. It's not going to be easy. And I never thought that. I didn't even intend for this to be a series on my channel. I guess it's going to be a series of you guys just watching me build my beauty business back up from scratch again.
You guys remember Bite Beauty? I remember somehow, well, not somehow, they messaged me and asked if I wanted any products. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing, because I think this is like the first big brand that ever reached out to me. And I said, yeah, I would like, I think I maybe named off like 3 products, and they sent me a ton of stuff. Now, hindsight's funny. I think they probably knew at that point that they were going to be shutting down, which they didn't shut down, I don't think, until, well, maybe not, because they didn't shut down until like 3 years after. But these are such good products. I'm throwing them away just simply because there's no sense in me using them on anybody and they can't get their hands on them. And most importantly, these are expired. So yeah, like lip glosses, they don't last long. Like lip glosses, they have expiration, and I mean, the best way to tell if that your lip gloss is no longer good is if it smells weird, and these definitely smell weird. So, God, I had so many of these. NYX butter gloss. That smells fine. That smells fine. This is still in the packaging. It's a weird color. Lipsticks last forever. Hate all these Bite lipsticks are going away. Oh yeah, Kat Von D. This is before it was KVD. You know that's dead. What color is that? Please be Whirl. Oh, Velvet Teddy. That works. Never did I ever think that I would be moving my makeup into a studio, like all of it. The only thing that I'm keeping at home are my own personal products. But, everything else is going. I mean, there's no sense in storing like these empty palettes there.
All right. I don't know where we left off at. All I know is, what's today? Today is January 16th. I was supposed to start working this week, but guess what? Guess who also got COVID? I got COVID too. It wasn't bad at all. Like, honestly, the only reason why I figured I had COVID was because I started sneezing really bad on Friday night, and I was like, that's weird. And I felt tired. However, my tiredness, I just assumed was from my period. So, y'all, let me tell you something. I had COVID and my period at the same time. And it wasn't the COVID. My only COVID symptoms that I had was just basically the constant sneezing. I'm not positive anymore. I'm good to go. And I have way more energy. But I sneeze so hard, and this is probably TMI, and I'm gonna say it, but it's fine, it's whatever. But I was sneezing so hard, there were times where my tampon came out, and I was just like, I can't function like this. Like, this is horrendous. I'm laughing, and I was laughing about it as it was happening, because I'm just like, whatever, like, that's life. But like, I wasn't in any pain, I didn't have any headaches, I didn't have aches. It was literally just me tired AF and sneezing so hard that I thought my head was going to explode. However, we're on the mend, we're on the up and up. I am feeling so clear today, and you know why I feel so clear today? Because yesterday I listened to my body and I rested. I am on a healing journey. We are healing ourselves from burnout. Thou shalt not be burnt out. And I've been meditating, okay? This is something new, and this is something that happened on accident as well, this whole meditation situation. So there's a difference between prayer and meditation. Now listen, I ain't no guru on this, okay? This is just Amber P philosophy. This ain't Bible, this ain't facts. So if you are like a meditation guru or you're into that, like, please. And I think some people feel that, oh well, if you're meditating, then that doesn't mean that you believe in God. Like, no, for me, meditating is literally just sitting there with a blank mind. And because of how my mind works and is constantly going, your girl needs some meditation in her life. So what I've been doing is praying in the morning, praying, journaling, devotional in the morning. At nighttime, I'll write, journal. Writing is my outlet, you guys. That's my coping mechanism. I just feel so much better when I write now. But at nighttime, write and meditate. How I meditate is I put my AirPods in and I just go to YouTube. There's this meditation channel that I like, and it's just music. It's just meditation music. Like, that's my other coping mechanism. Love lo-fi music. That helps calm me a lot. All day throughout my house, I play nothing but lo-fi music. My social media time, we're done 30 minutes a day. That's what we're doing. I get on, post what I need to post if I have to post something, check my messages and get off. And honestly, I'm just at a point now where if I don't got nothing to post, I'm not jumping on because my mind can't handle it. But meditation, I just put my AirPods in, go to my little meditation YouTube, and I just lay there and I breathe. That's it. That's it. It's, listen, the itch been working, so we gonna roll with it. And I was so proud of myself yesterday for resting because I was so exhausted. And of course I was gonna try to work and do all the things, but God said rest. You ain't gonna miss nothing. You pushing harder has not gotten you closer to the goal. If anything, it has done nothing but set you back. So slow girl era, one day at a time. We're resting, we're meditating, we're writing, we're praying, and getting confident again in my discernment, in my wisdom that the Lord has blessed me with. I cannot keep questioning myself or, being afraid of making the wrong decisions anymore, because I know now whenever I make these decisions, I'm making these decisions with good intent, and also with the intent of knowing that God is pleased with the decision. And so when I heard that somewhere on some of Faith Talks, I think it was on Deborah's channel, I was like, yeah. So just as long as your intentions are right and you're pure and you're praying, you're asked, like, just go with it. And then also something else too, because I had to talk to my girl Precious. I love Precious with all my heart and soul. So Precious is someone that I met when I did New York Fashion Week back in 2016. 2016, 2017 were extremely pivotal for me in my career, because that's when I took a leap and I knew I wanted to work New York Fashion Week. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. What I did was I just went to New York Fashion Week. I found every designer and I messaged them, hey, I'm a makeup artist and hairstylist. Hey. And I was like, either someone's going to tell me no or I'll hear nothing. A designer messaged me back. I don't even remember who the designer was, and said, yes, hey, here's our head of beauty, Ashley Smith. Ashley Smith Beauty Team is who I work on. And let me tell you something, every single person that I worked with, my Colorado family, I love them with all my heart and soul. Ashley, Precious, Christoph, Grace, I love them. And that was such a pivotal moment for me, because I had never been around that type of caliber of stylist in my life. Like, when I tell you these people are next level, like, I'm getting chills thinking about it right now. I really need to go and make it a point to just go be around them at least once a year, because I like being around people who are elevated, people who are ahead of me, people who know more in my industry. And I realize that is something that I need more of. It's like, yes, it's great to talk to your friends and your family, but there's nothing like having a connection with people who are in your industry because they get it. Now, I'm not saying that my people don't get it, but like with Alexis, I listen to her, I understand her, I hear her, but I don't know what it's like to be a nurse because I'm not a nurse. You know what I mean? Same thing. Like, she'll listen to me about my, like, makeup and hair nonsense and shenanigans, and she's gonna be there for me. She's gonna ride for me. Same thing with Lauren, but they don't work in the beauty industry, so therefore sometimes it's just hard to have that connection. And so I had to hit up Precious on Saturday because I started getting really anxious. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? I don't have a lot of clients. What's gonna happen? This is crazy. And so she's like, nope, let's talk about it. Precious is amazing. So she has her own salon in Denver, Colorado, and she's been in the game for quite some time. So she was just really just like mentoring me and hearing me out. And she said, what you're doing is amazing. The ideas, and like she just started rattling off a bunch of ideas and things. She said, basically, you just need to get out of your own way. I was like, oh, okay, like everything that I thought, but I think because like I haven't told anybody, like nobody knows. The only people that know the salon is opening is my mom and Marilla. Like I said, I mentioned it to Alexis about like getting back into it at the beginning of December in Texas, but I didn't really give any follow through. But I think for me, it was because I had to tell somebody, but also I knew the person that I told, it needed to be someone who was in the industry. And Precious is amazing. I love her. Go follow her. Hair fetish. She's chef's kiss. So after speaking with her, that just gave me so much clarity. And also, I have to keep in mind what God said. Like, God told me to create. He said, go. I'll handle the rest. Don't worry about the clients. Don't worry about who, what, when, where, how. Just go. So that's what we're doing. So right now, we got to go to Target and at home because I need curtain rods. I need a curtain rod. I need... Child, I can't even remember. I need something else. I got a list. Oh, baby. Something else that I've been struggling with, you guys. So, I am a note taker, a to-do list girl, a planner, but the thing that has been my biggest struggle is I'd have a physical planner, then I'd have my digital planner on my iPad, then I'll have a notebook. It's just too much stuff, and my biggest struggle is trying to find a planner that works for me, for my lifestyle, and also something that's going to just basically hold everything, like everything in one place. I have heard of Notion. I'm a Notion girly now. I've heard of it for years, and then finally I said, you know what? Let me just look at this thing, because at first it's perplexing. It's just kind of like, is perplexing a word? It had me perplexed. I'm not sure. Well, listen, anywho, moving on. Then I had to remind myself, girl, if you weren't in beauty, if you weren't in fitness, you'd be a tech girly. Fun fact about me, I'm a tech nerd. I've always been good at tech. I've always been good at computers and figuring things out. I think it's the problem solving in me. Like, basically, your girl's a problem solver. I can solve everybody's problems but my own. You guys, I haven't talked in days. I've been isolating. That's the other thing too. Isolation season is what's been going on with me. But Notion, oh my God, my biggest regret is that I didn't jump on this sooner. I got everything right there. Everything organized from my home, my shopping list, my beauty bar, like everything is just there, you guys. Everything is there, and it is quite amazing. It is quite amazing, and you can just make it work for you, and you can design it however you want. So, ooh, I dropped y'all. I'm sorry. You weren't in there. Okay, so that has been helpful as well, because I couldn't organize my thoughts, and things were just out of control. So this is very long. My God, I've been flapping my lips for 9 minutes. Okay, I'm pulling up to Target, and I love this area, the Metropolitan, because I got Target and At Home and Trader Joe's all in the same spot. Say what? Ain't God good? Amen, amen. Let's go. Oh, and there's a Marshall's as well. We can't forget that. And a Best Buy. Just all the teams. Okay, real quick, I just want to show y'all my Notion, okay? And I'm going to do my best not to turn into one of those little Notion girlies. Like, oh, look at my Notion. Like, mine isn't aesthetically pleasing right now because I am someone who can spend too much time on the planning back end. But yeah, everything I need for my beauty bar here. And then I need my shopping list, personal, beauty bar, boom. So this is what we're doing right now. We need 8x10 frames, curtain rod, and a coat rack. We're going to start at home first.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind when we
I wasn't at home, but then I started getting distracted. So I'm trying to make sure that I stay to the list, and I'm trying to make sure I stay to the list and the budget. So I found my curtain rod at Target. I ended up not getting anything from at home. I need a picture by my sink, but it's got to be the right one. So I almost got one, but then I didn't want to settle on it. So, you know, anywho, right now there's a Marshall's right across the way. So we're going to walk to Marshall's and see if we can find a picture or something in there. And last thing I need are just a coat rack or hooks and 8x10 frames.
Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. You do. Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy.
I was today years old before I realized you could come inside and go up the escalator instead of going outside, freezing your behind off. The more you know.
Alright, so that Marshall's had absolutely nothing, which this one in the city typically doesn't really have much to choose from. So I either need to go to the one in South Charlotte or the one in Ballantyne. I'll probably go to the one in South Charlotte instead, but let me see. Right now, I really need to find these. I need to go to a Dollar Tree to get some 8x10 frames. That's what I need to do. So let's just get that sorted. I don't know. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long, right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now, but I'm done waiting, down, wasting my time. Let the sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Sweet talk, sweet
It's too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but that's what the people want. That's what I came here for. So we're gonna get into it. I like my coffee black, white too. Don't turn this to no controversy. It's my boo. I